super easy. And I hope that you guys understood from the title that I'm being extremely sarcastic. I wanted to talk about this because I've been seeing a few posts and that I completely agree with, and I've been thinking about doing a video on this for quite some time because I feel very strongly about it. I have a lot of I've had a lot of issues with the way the coaching industry has has been conducting itself in the last few years. I started at a time where there weren't a lot of life coaches out there. I mean, now it's completely saturated. But back in the day, when I would say I was a coach, people thought I was talking about sports, even though I don't look athletic at all. But for some reason, people thought that I was talking about a basketball coach or a soccer coach. I'm not really sure. But now everybody gets what a life coach is. But back at the time, there weren't many around, and now there are so many, and I have felt very discouraged at times with the way the coaching industry has gone. And one of my issues, one of the many issues that I have, is this, portrayal of other coaches. Um, Acting like their life is perfect. They have the perfect family, the perfect relationship, the perfect kids, the perfect career. They make tons of money and everything is just hunky dory and perfect. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. And the reason why it bothers me is because so many people that are starting off, especially a lot of my clients, feel an enormous amount of pressure for this, to achieve this perfect life, and especially this perfect career where you start in the field of your dreams. You start living your life's passion, your life's purpose, and suddenly you have a million clients knocking at your door and you're making, 8 figures. And it just doesn't work that way. And I saw a post recently by both Thomas John and Morgana Ray, two wonderful people that I respect. And both of them were talking about how, if there's anyone out there promising that being an entrepreneur is easy and you just have to follow steps A, B, and C and you will make it, run. Run as fast as you can the opposite direction. Because the truth is that's not how it works. You know, whenever I see anybody say, take my course because my course is it. This is it. This is the only course you're ever going to need. Now, you got to understand that when I first started, I was very, very gullible, and I myself took every course you can think of. I studied with every teacher you can think of, mentors, coaches, and et cetera, et cetera. And every single one was promising that if you just took this course, that was it. This is gonna make you rich and successful, and that's how it is. And I took course after course, seminar after seminar, and it just wasn't happening for me. I created my own course years ago, 2009. And for anybody that has ever taken my course, and it's, transform your holistic business, they know that one of the things that I do is I'm very transparent and I'm very honest about how there's no such thing as one way. One size does not fit all. And one of the things that I did in order to help my clients even more was I brought in from the very beginning speakers in the field that were either just as successful or even more successful than I was, on purpose, so that my clients could hear the opinion of other coaches. And one coach, for example, would say, it's all about the list. You have to grow a big list. And then somebody else would say, it's all about live events, live workshops, live seminars. And I would ask my clients, so what's the truth? What is it? Is it the list or is it the live events? And the truth is they're both right and they're both wrong, right? In other words, that's what worked for them. And so because it worked for them, they feel that that's it. That's what did it. But the truth is, what works for one person might not work for somebody else. And so I make it very clear with my clients, listen to everyone. Listen to all my speakers. Listen to me. But at the end of the day, what is it that speaks to you? What is it that you feel excited about? Because let me put it this way, if you are not excited about creating a big list, if you're not excited about doing videos, if you are not excited about doing live events, if there's something that does not excite you, you probably shouldn't do it. Might, if it's tedious, then that's probably not the way to go. And early on in my own business, I made it a point to always do things the Connie Costa way, to always do things that I felt were interesting and that I was passionate about. Even though many times people would tell me, it's never going to work. Don't do it. No one's ever done it before. There are simpler ways of doing it. One example, pretty much from the beginning, I would host and produce Sicilian Night in Beverly Hills. And the next one's actually coming up, so feel free to message me and I'll be more than happy to give you the date and all the information. But my Sicilian Night in Beverly Hills dinners are these amazing magical evenings in Beverly Hills at a beautiful, delicious restaurant where we have authentic Italian food. And there's networking, so I invite people from the personal development world, the business world, corporate, entertainment industry, everyone under one roof. And an extraordinary speaker is my guest. And we have good Italian food. We meet new friends. It's just all the things that I love in one. Good Italian food, speakers, inspiration, networking. Well, early on, I was told that it was not smart because it costs a lot of money to put on. It's quite a production. Why don't I just do what everybody else does, which is host these types of events without the dinner, and they just host them at hotels? Well, my answer was simple. I'm not everybody else. I'm not everybody else. I'm me. And this is something that excites me. And this is something that I can stand behind. And this is something that I would actually be passionate about doing. And the truth is, from day one, I sold out every single one of my Sicilian nights in Beverly Hills. And I just launched the new one. I just posted it, and within a few hours I already started selling tickets. The point is, be you. Do you. That doesn't mean don't listen to mentors and coaches. Absolutely, that's what I did. I absolutely, studied with some of the best in the business. But ultimately, I made a few decisions that spoke true to me, that even though people said, no, don't do this, I felt were going to be a good idea. And guess what? They were good ideas. So being an entrepreneur is not easy. It is not easy. There's no one way. There's not a clear path. And everybody's path is so unique. And there are times, and the other thing that I really want to make sure people understand is that you don't arrive and you're set. Being an entrepreneur means this. And that's pretty much going to be forever, no matter how established you are. I've had some of the biggest names in the industry, and I mean big, big names, call me to fill their events. So it's not true that once you arrive, that's it. It's all easy sailing after that. It's just not true. No matter who you are, no matter how big your name, it's just not true. There have been many times in my career where I've questioned, right, and said, gosh, should I just get a job? I mean, it would be so much easier. I'll get a safe paycheck and I won't have to deal with this. Then I quickly snap out of it and think, my gosh, I'm doing what I love. Yes, it's a lot of work. Sometimes it's a lot of stress. And sometimes I feel like, my gosh, what do I get myself into? But doing what I love, serving others, and the freedom of being your own boss, you can't beat it. But I want to make sure people understand what they're getting themselves into. It doesn't come, on a silver platter. Everything just doesn't come to you so easily. It's work. It's work, and sometimes it takes years before you see any results. And let me be honest, and let me tell you the truth. Most coaches out there that are saying that they're making a lot of money aren't making a lot of money. They're not. It's entrepreneurs, not just coaches, entrepreneurs in general. It is work. It's a lot of work. And what you have to do is know your why, know your purpose, know that this is what you're meant to do, and keep going forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. No matter how many obstacles and challenges, have them use those obstacles, challenges to fuel you and use it as feedback. Okay, this is what not to do. And instead of giving up, because unfortunately, a lot of people say they have plan Bs. And it's the people that have the plan Bs that I see don't make it. And I was very inspired once. I was listening to an interview with Ed Sheeran, the singer Ed Sheeran. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about precisely that the difference between him and his other musician friends that didn't make it was that they all had plan Bs. He never had a plan B. He had plan A. He was going to become a singer. And that was it. And everybody else, because of their plan Bs, once they hit those obstacles, once they hit the challenges, which will come no matter what career you're in, they gave up and decided, well, I think this is my sign. Another thing that I really, really want to emphasize is how in the woo-woo community, which I love, and I consider myself woo-woo as well, but in the New Age spiritual community, there is this silly belief that if it's too hard, it's just not meant to be. If you have to struggle, then you're not on the right path. Which to me is a bunch of capital BS. I'm sorry, but the truth is, when you have your own business, you're going to struggle. It's going to be stressful. Sometimes you're going to get on your knees and scream, because that is life. You cannot have pleasure without pain, positivity without negativity, support without challenge. That's a DeMartini. DeMartini talks about this often, and I agree with him 100%. People want easy paths. They don't want any challenges. They just want support. And as soon as anything negative comes up, negative, quote unquote, because it's not really negative, it's more challenges and obstacles that make you grow, right? We grow from all of that. We don't grow from being comfortable all the time. We grow from our challenges. And in the spiritual New Age community, there's this idea, well, that's a sign that it's not meant to be. I don't know where this concept came from, but I have not met one single entrepreneur that told me, guess what? I started my business, and since day one, it has been easy breezy. I've had no issues. I've never heard of that. And guess what? The wealthier, the more money that comes in, the bigger the responsibilities, the bigger the challenges. That's just the way it is. So don't give up. Do not give up. If this is what you love, if this is what you're meant to do, and you know that this is what you're meant to do, keep going. Keep moving forward. Please don't listen to anybody that says that you're not doing it right. that if it's not happening for you, you're just not doing it right. I believed that for a while, for a very long time. I believed I just wasn't doing it right. And I would torture myself. I would be so mean to myself. Why am I not getting it right? Why am I so stupid? And it had nothing to do with that. It's just, I've accepted it as part of life, part of the learning curve, part of how the universe works, is that it is what it is. And if you know that that is your life's purpose, you are going to grab those challenges and say, thank you for the lessons, but I'm moving forward and doing what I'm supposed to do. Because I'm all about living your life's purpose. And as you guys, people that follow me know, I have a course coming up on living your life's purpose, and we talk about all this. We talk about the challenges. We talk about how it's not easy breezy and how fears come up and all kinds of fun stuff comes up. And that's just a part of life. And, we talk about how to deal with them when they come up. So, if anything, I really want you to get that. I really want you guys to get that if anybody out there is presenting themselves as perfect, and everything's perfect, and everything has always been perfect for me, question that. My clients know I'm maybe a little too honest and a little too transparent, and I believe that it's important to be transparent and to be honest and to let people know, you know what? It's not as easy as it looks. It really isn't. So, but please don't give up. Please don't ever give up on your dreams. Just keep going. It might take years. It might not take years. I don't know. However long, though, hang in there and you will be rewarded. I promise. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Ciao!